So again, good morning, everyone. I am Amari Cuenco, editorial-in-chief of the Philippine Daily Inquirer, inviting you into the world of journalism. Join us as the former editorial board shares insight on headline writing, editorial strategies, and the art of graphic design and journalism. Please join me in welcoming our first speaker, Ms. Leia Paras, a distinguished former members of the Phoenix CCA editorial board and editor-in-chief. She graduated cum laude from City College of Angeles. Currently, she imparts her expertise as an educator at Centro Fide School Incorporated and that has successfully passed the LPT exams. Again, congratulations, Ms. Leia. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Amare, Missy IC. Thank you very much. Nakakahiya, but good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me well. Let me know if my audio is not that great. Okay, so again, Amare has already introduced me to everyone, but let me introduce myself again. I am Miss Leia Paras. Recently passed the licensure examination for teachers. So, I think most of the audiences here are English majors. So, I'm also one of your pioneers in the Bachelor of Arts in English Language Studies. Ayan, and just Jonas. Thank you, Jonas, babe. Okay, so my expertise is, let me just tell everyone quickly. Okay, pasking neuron sa inyo. Pero let me just tell everyone quickly what my expertise is in before joining the Phoenix. Kasi before I became the EIC of the Phoenix, I was also part of campus journalism. Talaga na ever since I was in elementary, I was part of journalism. When I was in fifth grade, sixth grade, I started at news writing. Pero in junior high school, I participated in CRHW, which is copy reading and headline writing, and DSPC. Although never ako nakasali ng RSPC at NSPC, unfortunately, still muntikan. I remember being fourth place during my grade 10. Pero sige, let's start na with our headline writing. Um, Ayun. So, will I be able to share my screen? Okay. Sige. Right. Hopefully everyone can see my um presentation. And so, these headlines are actually some of the headlines that I saw on the news today. So let's say we have 8 on the main headlines of Philippine Daily Inquirer today. So sabihin natin, which among these news is the most interesting para sa inyo? You can just say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, top to bottom, left to right order. Or yung mga keywords, ganon. What catches your eye? Sige, yes. Jessie?
Miss Leia, I think I've noticed that they all start with either the name or who are really involved with the article itself.
Okay, so starting with the name. Okay, good, good. So some of you, I think, already has a background in headline writing. So that's good. Okay. Sige, let's continue on. Sandali. Okay. Yan. So, first and foremost, what exactly is a headline? So, from the word itself, head, ulo, line, linya, no? Ang ulo ng linya. Ang ulo na linya, siguro pasabihin natin ganon. No, a headline is basically, it is a text right above your article that summarizes your overall content. No? So, bukod sa lead, you still have your headline. Pero remember that your headline it should quickly capture the attention of your readers because it is their deciding factor whether or not your reader will click on your article or will read your article. Especially during press conferences, yung naririnig namin lagi yung mga judge, they will always first look at your headline before anything else. No? Before they decide if it's an article that's worth reading or not. At saan ginagamit ang headline? Basically, most or if not all, no? It's basic sa news articles, pero headlines are also used in blog posts, in advertisements, social media posts, and press releases. Kaya nga sikat na profession sa mga marurunong sa English is copywriting because copywriting is also writing headlines is also part of a copywriter's job, no? Ano ba yung copywriter? They're the ones who edit, they're the ones who correct the grammar and the structure of texts. So, depende sa purpose. Diba? Pero ngayon, we're focusing on news article headlines, not necessarily those in the blog posts, advertisements, or social media posts, because I'll explain why. Bakit tayo magfo-focus sa news articles later. Okay, so tandaan natin what's in a headline. Tandaan nyo si DAX, DACS. So what is D? D stands for dramatic. Dramatic basically means you're telling a story essentially using your headline, no? Pero not really dramatic in a way na yung naiisip ninyo. Not in a opinionated way, but dramatic is in telling the story or describing the story. Okay? A, active verbs. So always remember, like what Jessie said earlier, sa pagsusulat ng headline, it's always the doer of the action that comes first. It's never the action itself. No? Laging nauuna si noun or si verb bago si object. Bigla tayo naging grammar, no? Sorry, English major. Okay, so like SVO lagi ang fina-follow na structure pagdating sa headline. I've never seen a headline um that follows an inverted structure of sentence. Okay? Next is condensed structure. Tandaan nyo din, when it comes to a headline, bilang lang yung pinalalagay sa inyo dyan. So, bilang lang yung letters, yung words na kailangan isulat sa inyong headline. So, it has to be condensed. Make it as short as possible. Okay? And last is S, short words and abbreviations. So, i-explain ko pa yan further. Okay? Pero tandaan nyo lagi, when it's a headline, it's ducks. Okay? So, these are the general guidelines that I have personally when it comes to headline writing. Okay? First, a good headline is based on the lead. No? Kasi, bakit kailangan based siya sa lead? Remember, when someone is reading your article, first is the headline, second is the lead. You have around 50 to 25 seconds of attention span sa inyong mga readers when it comes to your writing. No? Yun yung parang pinaka-deciding factor kung babasahin ba nila ng buo yung article mo or iitsapwerahin ang inyong article. Sorry, pero that's actually very strict when it comes to news writing. At alam yan ng mga former members na nanggaling sa rule namin sa Phoenix, no? Ang daming nakikill na articles based on the headline alone, no? And based on the lead din, no? Ano nga ulit yung laman ng isang lead? The 5 W's and 1 H, no? The who, what, when, where, and why and how. The 5 W's and 1 H. Or the 5 wives and 1 husband if mas bet nyo yung ganon. Okay? Yon. So, kailangan, pag nagsusulat ka ng headline, syempre, magpapakita rin yan sa lead. Pero, that doesn't mean na kung ano ang isinulat mo sa lead, yun dapat ang isusulat mo din sa headline. Hindi ganun kadali ang pagsusulat. So, nagiging challenging siya kasi, first and foremost, iisipin mo nun, paano ko paiikliin pa yung pinaikli ko na sa lead na we'll see kung paano natin paiikliin palalo. So that's why first na pag isinulat mo na yung lead, you should also include the keywords. Take note of the keywords kasi yun yung gagamitin mo talaga sa headline mo. Okay? And another general guideline, na headlines are written in the historical present tense. What is the historical present tense? This means everything that ever happened is retold in the present tense. Okay? Kung nadapa ako kahapon, sabihin nyo, dumapa ako ngayon. Okay? Or dumapa ako kahapon. Ganun siya. In Tagalog. But if you say, um, usually the historical present tense is like, she runs as president. Ganun. Tignan natin. Now, I have here two types of headlines. Very standard and very basic. Number one, Guevara won barangay elections. And number two, Guevara wins barangay elections. So I want to see how well you guys can identify what a historical present tense means. No? Right? React with a like if you think number one is the correct headline according to the historical present tense, or react with a heart if you think the one on the bottom is the better headline. Ayan, umuulan ng hearts, 'di ba? Very basic. Yes, no? This one, Guevara wins barangay elections, is the correct headline. No, hindi siya pwedeng won. So kahit sabihin natin na nanalo si Guevara ng barangay elections, even if it's November 29 pa, still we have to express it like it's still happening in the present. Kasi we have to make it news. What is news ba? It is something that should be fresh. No? Basically, we're trying to deliver it fresh. No? Okay, eto pa. So, same. Like if nasa taas yung tamang headline, or bottom yung nasa yung tingin mong mas tama. Number one, PISA results alarms parents, or down, PISA results alarmed the parents. Okay, sige, very good. Mga English majors kayong tunay. Okay, the correct answer is the PISA results alarms parents. Na bakit po, Miss Leia, bakit po nilagay ninyo PISA results? Results is plural. Alarms po yung nilagay dyan. Subject-verb agreement. PISA results refer to a singular term, which is data. No? It is the information that's given by PISA. And that's the thing that alarms the parents. It's not individual. Okay. Grouped siya, basically. Ayan. Nag-i-insert ako ng grammar lessons habang nagsusulat ng headlines. Okay lang yan, guys. Extra information for you. Okay. Another general guideline that we have is, if something needs to be attributed in the lead, it should also be attributed in the headline. Kung ang pinaka-point ng article mo is a quote or a result of a study, you have to include it in your headline. Okay lang po ba maglagay ng quote? Yes. It is okay to put a quotation in your headline. Paano yon? I'm using my role model, Taylor Swift, no, as a general guideline. Okay. So, generally formatted siya as Dan, Yan. I'm using her last name because everyone knows who Taylor Swift is. She's a very prominent figure. So, tandaan niyo then, if it's a prominent figure, you can use her last name or the name they're well known by as part of your headline. So yan, to quote Taylor Swift, ayan siya, first article natin, first headline natin, Swift, colon, I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. Or, you can put single quote marks. Hindi pwede yung double quotation marks kasi sayang yung space. No? When you're using the single quote mark, it's already assumed that you're using a quotation mark already. No? So, yun siya. So, single quotation mark, I'm so sick of running as fast as I can, and quote Swift. You also do not ever put a period on your headlines. Never. Kasi headline siya. It's not a sentence. It's not a complete sentence. No? So, you have to do it. Tapos, kapag naman ina-attribute natin is the full quote first before the name, we have to put the M dash. So, hindi ko pinakita yung M dash para maipakita ko sa inyo. You can do it na tatlong hyphen, tapos yung pangalan, tapos enter. Lalabas si M dash. Okay? Following along. Sige. So, for this example, actually, both of them are correct. There were no incorrect format para dito. So, yan yung generally na ginagamit. It's up to you if you want to play with the quotation. Pero, example na lang sa pinakita ko kanina, yan. So, according to Marcos, we have to share our blessings with poor. Share our blessings with poor. Ayan. So, it's his quote then. Tapos, pwede mo rin naman sabihin, page boat ramming, ordinary maritime incident. This shows as quote na nanggagaling kay, kanino? PCG. Okay. So, malalaman pa natin yung iba niyan sa susunod. Okay. And it's also possible to attribute research studies sa inyong headlines. Lalo na yung recent study ng PISA, 'di ba? Ginamit ko na siyang example kanina. You can say, Philippine education 5 years behind, study says. No? Pero always remember, it has to be in a historical present tense. Okay? Kaya ba? Following along? Good. Sige. Next tayo. Yan. Another general guideline na lagi kong sinasabi, and I already said this earlier, your goal is to make your headline short but attention-grabbing. Kahit na sinabi ko ang keyword natin ducks, hindi dapat siya ducks na juts lang dapat ang ating headline. Maliit lang dapat ang ating headline. Okay? Okay. Ngayon naman, for the other general guideline that we have, paano po ma'am kung pinakamahalagang part ng aming news article is the person. You can use the person. However, only use the name of the person when they're prominent. And if they're prominent, kung may notable nickname man sila, use their notable nickname. Example na lang, yan. Carmelo Poggi Lazatine donates Christmas packages at charity event, or Lazatine donates Christmas packages at charity event. Same then, click like if you think yung nasa taas ang better article, click heart pag sa tingin nyo nasa ibaba. Ayan, yes naman. I'm so proud of you guys. Yes, no, nasa ibaba ang better headline. So, dahil mas kilala natin siya bilang si Lazatine, at we don't really need to put Mayor Lazatine kasi he's the only Lazatine that is a politician right now in Angeles City, ng Angeles City level, that is. Okay? Paano naman po pag ganito? Yan. Vice President Sara Duterte implements memo versus VP Sara Duterte implements memo. Same. Okay. Heart pa din. Yes, no? So, VP Sara Duterte implements memo. Bakit po siya VP Sara Duterte pero dito Lazatine? Kasi sino ba yung naging president natin last year? Last year ba? Last Republic. Sino bang president natin? It was Rodrigo Duterte. So, we have two prominent Dutertes already in the in national government positions. So we have to indicate kung si VP Sara Duterte or si ex-President Rodrigo Duterte ba ang binabanggit natin. Okay? Sige. Yan. Kung naman, paano naman po, Ms. Leia, if it is a well-known organization, you can also use it as part of your headline. Basta ginagamit ninyo abbreviation nung organization na yon or the acronym. This also applies when you're writing a headline wherein you're including the name of the month. No? So, ano yung pinakakilalang abbreviation ng month na yon? So, from January, nagiging Jan, February, nagiging Feb, March, nagiging Mar, no? May is May, June is Jun, July is Jule, ganon. Okay? Gets ba? Sige, tignan natin. Okay, same pa din tayo, like and heart. Nasa taas, Department of Education launches matatag curriculum in December, or nasa ibaba, DepEd launches matatag curriculum in December. Heart pa din, yes. No, heart pa din yan. Kasi, Department of Education is already well known and well established as DepEd. Bakit po yung matatag curriculum naka-spell out? Because not everyone knows what matatag curriculum is, and there's still no notable abbreviation pa para sa matatag curriculum. I mean, matatag is already an abbreviation in itself, 'di ba? Tsaka yung, if you may have noticed, nilagay ko dito December, pero dito DEC na lang ang nilagay. Na? Okay. Sige. Tuloy. You can also play around and use keywords instead of commonly used verbs or nouns. Pero I'm not saying you use jargons. Pero we have this specific thing that we call a news jargon. If you want to take a screenshot, you may do so. Pero this is something that I found over the internet that I think is also something that is heavily used by news writers. So, for example na lang yan, nakalagay dyan if it's noun or a verb, pero usually nakikita nyo to, it's called a headline word. Tapos kung ano yung meaning ng headline word na yon. Okay. Example, bakit natin, if you might have noticed, no, so sobrang short ng nasa headline words natin. It usually is around, sabihin natin 3 to 5 words at 3 to 6 letters lang ang nandyan. Bakit po? Again, remember in your docs, it should be C, condensed. Condensed meaning be as short as possible kasi sinisiksik mo si headline mo. No? Pinagkakasya mo ang headline mo doon sa space ng newspaper mo. Kaya ganyan, be as short as possible. Minsan nga, we also had this trend before. I don't know if it's still a trend now, wherein yung students, yung word na students, sinushorten namin, ginagawa naming studs. S-T-U-D-E-S. Ayun. You can also use it kasi dati, when I was writing articles for the Phoenix, I also used it once. Okay? Ayan. So, example na lang, sabihin natin, ayun, 105 dead in Palestinian blast. So blast means explosion. We're basically describing an explosion that happened in Palestine. Okay? Ganun siya. Okay? O di kaya, to cut or to destroy acts, you can also use this as a strong word, like I said, diba? Dramatic. Congress, access. Deal with China. You can use it as that. Para dramatic. It sounds dramatic, di ba? Pag kasi sinabi mo, Congress cuts deal with China. Pwede na, pero parang ang boring. It sounds boring. It doesn't sound news enough. Okay? Gets ba? Are you guys following along? Yes, okay. Sige. Like ACADS. Yes, ACADS. You can also use ACADS as a shortened word. No? It's up to you. You can play with it. You can play with your words. Diba? whatever sounds right for you, whatever sounds exciting, you can use it in your headlines. Na, ito pa, yung isa pang part. You can also take a screenshot if you want. Na, these are very strong words, 'di ba? Ayan, halos lahat 'yan. It's around 3 to 6 ano lang letters lang, 'di ba? Instead of using agreement, you should use pact. If instead of using strong request, you say plea, no? Example, sabihin mo, CCA rejects, um, CCA rejects plea for academic break. Pwedeng ganon. Okay? Sige, ito pa yung last. Ayan. So, ito I think, naka A to Z kasi share. Pero I forgot where the link was. If I found the link, siguro I'll share it. Pero it's really interesting. Kompleto yung list niya. Okay, so next of our general guidelines, you might have noticed, wala kayong nakitang infinitive verbs, di ba? Infinitive is to be verbs, di ba? And you also don't see a, and the in the articles. Lalo na yung nakita nyo kang space. Kaya tinatanggal namin yan sa articles. Sa headlines. Not the articles, but headlines. No? Instead, lalo na kapag gumagamit kayo ng word na end, just use the comma. Or use colons. Ganon. Pwede din. No? Example yan. Sige. Since nakita nyo naman yung standard na general guideline, try nga natin. I want you guys to write your own headline based on this. Kasi this is already an incorrect guideline. Again, tanggalin nyo yung to be, tanggalin nyo yung a, and the. Kapag nakakita ko yun ng end, use a comma. Ngayon, this is the headline. Pacquiao and Revillame are urging volunteers for a Pasig cleanup drive. May more than one na mali dyan. I'll give you a few seconds na to spot what is wrong and write your headlines in the comment section. Sige, hintayin natin yan. Okay, I can see some answers now. Sige. Okay, sige. So, I think even Phoenix joined. Sige, basahin natin. Now, so first, yung kay Trisha May. Pacquiao, Revillame are urging volunteers for Pasig cleanup drive. Okay. So, na-apply dito yung sinabi ko kaninang yung sinabi ko kaninang guidelines regarding the comma. Pero may isa pa akong nilagay dyan na medyo mali. Okay, sige, tingnan natin. Pacquiao Revillame urges volunteers for Pasig cleanup drive. Okay, nakikita ko si Arian. Phoenix also answered the same thing. Stephen and Jessie, she also answered the same thing. Tingnan natin, no? Okay. So, ito yung sa akin. Okay? Nawala. Okay. Sige. Ayan. Pacquiao, Revillame urge volunteers in Pasig cleanup drive. So, yun yung nilagay ko. Sinabi ko, Pacquiao, Revillame, hindi siya pwedeng urges kasi we're talking about both Pacquiao and Revillame. And kilala natin sino sila, di ba? Si Manny Pacquiao and si Willie Revillame. No, they're both urging the volunteers in a Pasig cleanup drive. Again, remember guys, we are doing the historical present tense. No, that means bawal si gerunds, bawal si ing. No, we have to use the base form of the verb or the s form of the verb. Okay? Kaya ba? Sige. Pwede naman yung mga preposition pala, by the way. So, si in, si under, si on, it's not counted doon sa guidelines na dapat tanggalin. So, generally, ang tinatanggal lang talaga namin si to be verbs and yung a or an or the. No? Yung kaya wala kayong makikita na Pacquiao Revillame to urge the volunteers, no? Kasi it's already understood. No? It's already understood. Sinasayang mo lang ang space. Okay? Yan. And last but not the least, don't hesitate to put a number on it if available. Putting a number kasi makes the story more detailed, no? Lalo na mahilig ang taong tumingin sa numbers. If you might have noticed it. More than once, ilan beses nyo pa ba nakikita sa commercial at naa-attract ang mga tao sa sinasabing 9 out of 10 dentists recommend Colgate, 'di ba? So hinahanap nyo sino si 1%. Sino si sino yung one dentist na 'yon? O di kaya yung mga quote na 99.9% of germs killed using Domex bleach, 'di ba? We're attracted to numbers. It's just in our nature to be attracted to numbers. Okay? Ayun. 'Di ba? Okay, so sabihin natin, many people attended Widow's funeral. Yung detail dyan, by many people, we're saying 1,000 people attended the widow's funeral. So, para mas dramatic, di ba? Pag sinabi natin, 1,000 people mourn at widow's funeral. Bakit 1,000 people? What's happening? Who is this widow? Why is she being attended by 1,000 people? Hindi natin alam. Pwedeng yung widow na to, mabait at charity ang nag-attend doon. Or pwede namang masama to at yung 1,000 people, yung mga ginawa niya ng masama kasi intrimitida siya, gusto lang nilang pagtawanan yung namatay na widow. Pwedeng ganon. Naiintriga tayo kasi 1,000. Why 1,000? That's too many people. Okay? What are the details when these people attended that widow's funeral? Gets? Kaya pa? It's dramatic, exactly. Diba? Ducks. Always remember yung ducks. As long as you know that ducks headline format, I think you have the basic foundation in writing your headline. Okay. And don't forget to write your headlines according to the fit or basically yung fit is yung space na ibinigay sa inyo sa newspaper. Kasi ganito kasi kapag nagsusulat ka kasi or pag kasi gumagawa na kayo ng newspaper, na walang samaan ng loob kasi merong mga articles, merong mga balita, merong mga information at news na worthy ilagay sa front page. No? Yung mga nakalagay sa front page yon, sige, pwede mong habaan yung headline mo. Pero, again, remember the fit. Remember kung ilan lang yung ililimit sa'yo ni editor-in-chief ninyo. For example, ganito yung magiging headline mo, no? Times New Roman na magiging font at ang points or ang font size mo is 12. Font size mo is going to be 58. So, pagkasyahin mo siya, no? Kailangan mapagkasya mo siya. Meron kasi sa competition, pero hindi ko na kasi ituturo sa inyo yon kasi this is more into competition pa, DSPC pa siya. Wherein, meron kasi kaming cheat sheet kung saan yung mga letters, meron siyang equivalent point numbers. Kasi sa competition, sasabihin nila, bibigyan namin kayo ng Times New Roman font, your points are 58 points, ganon. And this is going to be your space in the newspaper. Ganun yung sinasabi sa amin. Tapos yung trabaho namin basically is to write the headline first. Tapos bibilangin pa namin yon. So kung ilan yung equivalent na points niya, kung kakasya ba siya doon sa 58 or medyo kukulangin sa 58, ganon. Okay lang kulangin doon sa points as long as nare-reach mo yung quota, hindi ka sumasobra. Ganon. Pero for the modern writer, lalo na ngayon, we're only telling I'm only telling you guys to fit your headlines according dun sa paano yung magiging layout ng articles ninyo. Okay. So, kung gusto niyo bigyan ko kayo ng activity, ayan. Write me your headlines, no? Due to the recent earthquake that happened, no? Gusto kong makita paano niyo to susulatan ng headline. Actually, this is pretty simple, no? Pero I can also entertain questions before you guys do the headlines then. Na? Raise your hand if you have any questions and I'll acknowledge you. Okay. Sige, so since wala pang question, siguro na ano kayo, na-rattle kayo dito sa sinulat kong headline. Okay, ay sinulat ko lead. No, so this is the lead. A 5.5 magnitude earthquake struck City College of Angeles today, prompting emergency response efforts as buildings experience tremors on the campus. Fortunately, there are no reported injuries among students and staff at this time. The event highlights the ongoing seismic vulnerability of the region, prompting a thorough assessment of safety protocols on campus. Okay? Ayan siya. So, siguro short headline lang is okay para dyan since it's news and it should be current. Remember yung historical past. No, kahit nangyari siya ngayon, natapos na yung pangyayari ngayon, kahit hindi naman talaga siya nangyari, guys. Ipagdasal natin yung mga magko-concert today. Okay? Sige, I'll give you a few minutes to read the lead then. Pero you can also write your own headline. Try natin sa comment. At tignan natin kung sino yung pinaka nagtutugma dun sa headline na sinulat ko. Okay, so there's a word na lightly malalim, tremors. Pero hindi po ba rule po kapag writing is understandable dapat sa readers? Or okay pa lang rin po yan as new vocab din sa kanila? Okay, so I'm not sure, pero actually the word tremors is a scientific term. I think it's not a really deep word para alalahanin mo, pero I think it's still acceptable to be used, no? Um, yun. I think it's still acceptable to be used, lalo na pag nagsusulat ka ng news. You can treat it as something na new vocab para sa kanila, pero it's not something that you should be worried about. Okay, sino kaya yung matapang dito? Sino yung matapang na sumagot? Na yung mga matapang na tao? Sige, okay lang yan. Kahit isulat niyo yung headline, hindi mangyayari yung word. Sige. Ang lakas lang ng loob ko kasi wala ako sa Angeles. I'm actually in Manila. I'm actually in Manila right now. Kaya, lakas siguro na, sorry Ma'am Shai. Sorry Ma'am Shai, andito ako. Ayun. Okay, so sabi ni Joyce, 5.5 magnitude earthquake strikes City College of Angeles. Okay, sige. 5.5 earthquake trembles CCA today. Okay, interesting. Very interesting headlines. Okay, so kay Stephen, dalawang headlines. Ay, masipag. Kaya pala ang tagal ng response. 5.5 magnitude earthquake strikes City College of Angeles. Semicolon, no injuries reported amongst students and staff. Okay, di kaya 5.5 magnitude earthquake strikes City College of Angeles. Prompts assessment of college safety protocols. Okay, sige. 5.5, okay, si Irish, 5.5 magnitude earthquake hits CCA, 5.5 magnitude earthquake strikes City College of Angeles, prompts a thorough assessment of safety protocols. Okay, and dami sa inyo, I think some of you guys already know the way of playing with the semicolon, which I do appreciate, no? Pero always remember, guys, when you're writing a headline, no, you have to make it as short as possible, especially if yung news na nangyayari is something that is urgent, no? Make it as short as possible, guys. Usually, yung mga mahahabang headlines, ginagamit lang siya when it comes to writing feature articles and editorial articles. By the way, guys, kung kailangan lang for reference, no, when you're writing a feature article, of course, you have to make it as creative as possible. Madalas ginagamit dito is the figures of speech o di kaya cultural references. Yun din yung ginagamit sa mga feature headlines. No, puns, you can also use them as features. In features, sa editorial, it's also acceptable, pero syempre, depende rin sa mood. No? Pag magsusulat ka ng editorial, serious ang editorial mo, of course, you have to make it serious. Pero if your editorial is humorous at best, you can also write a humorous or punny article or punny headline. Okay? Sige, marami pang sumagot. Okay, maraming nagsasabi ng prompts sa thorough assessment. I see, that's interesting. 5.5 magnitude shakes, City College of Angeles. 5.5 magnitude earthquake shakes, CCA. Okay, gumamit ng comma, no injuries. Okay. Gumamit din ng semicolon si si Victor. An earthquake of 5.5 magnitude struck the City College of Angeles, no injuries reported. Again, with the articles, no articles tayo, guys. 5.5 magnitude earthquake strikes CCA today. And last, City College of Angeles encounters 5.5 magnitude earthquake, no injuries recorded. Okay, John Paul. Earth, Earth's belly shook CCA. Pag feature, pwede yan. Pag feature, pwede yan. No? Pero when we're talking about straight news, hindi pwede yan. Okay, sige. Paul, kung nandito pa tayo sa Phoenix, kill yung article mo. Okay. So, yung headline actually na sinulat ko is, yon, most of you got the first part correct. 5.5 magnitude earthquake hits City College of Angeles. Pero mali ito actually, guys. Sandali. Bakit ko isinulat ng ganito yon? 5.5. Kasi kapag nagsusulat kayo ng article, actually, hindi siya dapat naka all caps. No? Kailangan ganyan lang siya. Hits City College of Angeles or hits CCA. Pwede rin siyang ganyan. To make it as short as possible. 5.5 magnitude earthquake hits CCA. No? Kasi lalo na pag nasa level natin, CCA is already a well-known school, no? Sa atin, sa school natin, no? Kaya pwede mo nang sabihin 5.5 magnitude earthquake hits CCA. Pero kung ang sinusulat ninyong article is on a citywide level, no, nagsusulat ka say for example para sa Pampanga Star, kailangan mong sabihin City College of Angeles kasi not everyone knows what CCA is. No? Okay, sige. Okay. So, merong mga uha. Yes. You have to make it specific. Pero of course, depende siya sa kung sino yung magbabasa, kung sino yung audience mo. Kasi kung campus paper tayo, of course, CCA is already a well-known abbreviation or acronym. So, pwede mong gamitin CCA. Pero kung nagsusulat ka, say, for a newspaper that is going to be published tapos distributed citywide, you have to use City College of Angeles. Okay, sige. So that is my presentation. Do you guys have any more questions regarding sa headline writing? You can write on your comments or you can also raise your hand so I can acknowledge. Yes, Joyce?
I have a question po. In terms po sa font size, ano po yung suggest nyo pong gamitin?
So, aside from concise, ano pa yung suggest kong gamitin na
Ano po, font?
Na font. Usually kasi ang ginagamit sa sa newspaper talaga, aside from Times New Roman, ginagamit si Arial, tsaka si Arial Narrow or Arial Bold. No, madalas ginagamit si Arial Bold kapag main yung headline. Tapos kapag naman Times New Roman, yung mga article sa loob ng newspaper, no. So, you have your three choices, Arial, Arial narrow, Arial bold, or Times New Roman. Yun yung mga ginagamit. Any more questions? Go lang, libre lang ang magtanong. Huwag mahihiyang magtanong. Kung may right med ba ako? Mukhang, okay. Our headline only applies historical present tense, Miss Leia? Yes. Historical present tense lang ang ginagamit when it comes to writing headlines. So, you will never see a headline that uses the ing form of the verb. Yan. Any more questions? Going once. Ano pong recommended font size for her headlines? Um, Actually, depende. Depende yung font size talaga ninyo. Pero usually, yung mga nasa pinakaharap, 58 or 48 to 58. Pag yung mga nasa loob, mga 26 to 32 yung mga font size sa headlines. Pero syempre, nakadepende pa rin sa magle-layout or sa layout artist ninyo, ano yung i-decidean niya na ilalagay na headlines or font size sa headlines pagdating sa loob ng articles ninyo or yung mga nasa front page ninyo. So again, pag nasa front page, usually it's 48 to 58 yung mga nasa font size nun. Pero pag yung mga hindi siya main news or hindi siya headliners, madalas ang ginagamit na font size dyan, 26 to 32. Ayun. Okay, it seems like there are no more questions. Pero thank you very much again for the opportunity, Miss Amara and the Phoenix and Ma'am Shaira. I hope you guys can also get to enjoy a bit of news writing as much as I did. Okay, sige, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Leah, for the wonderful presentation. So, to award the Certificate of Appreciation is hereby recognized as an outstanding speaker at the event entitled Lualu Journalism Basics Webinar in acknowledgement of your exceptional communication skills and insightful contribution in the world of journalism on this day, December 12, 2023. Thank you, Ms. Leah.
Thank you.
Then for our next speaker, opinions are easy, but turning them into a well-researched insights takes skill. Our next speaker, the dynamic Mr. Jonas Caparas, a former literary and feature head in the Phoenix editorial board, former president of Communicators Guild, a former member of Tinig Angeleño, and a Matanakang Anak finalist, join us in welcoming this multifaceted and talented individual as he teaches about editorial writing.
Ah, dami niyo atang devices, ah.
Hello. Stop calling me SK, nakakahiya. Pero yun, first and foremost, thank you sa invitation. And share ko lang the experience ko. Nahiya ako kasi bilang isang neophyte sa field ng journalism, I only joined journalism nung nag-college ako. Kaya medyo na-pressure ako tapos si Ate Lea pa yung kasunod ko. Medyo nakaka-pressure talaga. And medyo ano rin, nakaka-flatter na ginawa niyo kong speaker sa editorial writing pa, no? Naisip ko siguro kaya niyo ako kinuha sa ano, dahil masyado akong opinionated, kaya gano'n. Masyado ako maraming say sa buhay. Pero ayun, with that being said, let's start the ano na, the session for editorial writing. Let me share my screen. Sure. Wait lang, iniisip ko paano mag-share ng screen. Di ako techie. Di kasi ako nag-share ng screen nung high school tsaka nung online class. Hello, nakikita niyo na ba? Sa katulad ng kay Ate Lea. Pero ayun na, let's start. Editorial writing. Pero before tayo mag-start sa ating session, I will be showing you um tawag dito. So I'll be showing you several photos to see what are your stands sa mga issues ngayon na nangyari sa ating bansa. I'll be asking you to raise your hand kung
So
agree ba
since
kayo
sabay ang
or
seminar
hindi.
nyo sa
For
campus
this one,
journalism at saka sa klase
ayan. So
natin,
the
hindi ko
DepEd
naman siya
launches K to 10
sasagalin na
curriculum, the matatag
until 1.
curriculum. Sa tingin nyo, in favor ba kayo sa ipinatupad ni Sara Duterte sa pag-launch ng K to 10 curriculum? If you agree, raise your hand. Pero kung hindi, huwag niyo i-raise. You have 5 seconds, okay? One, two, three, 4, 5. So wala nag-raise. Ba't di kayo pabor dito? 10 years na lang yung pag-aaral ng high school. Ayun, and then next, ayan, the Philippines with women leaders. Are you in favor of having women as our leaders? Ayan, yes or no? Raise your hand kung yes. Ayan, may nag-raise na ng hand, madami. At dahil dyan, magtatawag tayo, bakit? Bakit bakit natin ng women leaders? Maghanap tayo ng opposite gender. Okay, Irvine. Irvine, pwede mong open yung mic mo.
Yes po.
Ayan, okay. Gusto ko lang malaman why the Philippines need to have women leaders. Ayan.
For me po, kailangan po ng Philippines ng isang women leader or ng women leaders kasi as katulad po ng lalaki, kaya din naman po mag-lead ng mga babae. And for me po kasi parang mas dominant dapat po ang babae sa field kasi as we all know naman po sa bahay pa lang na nakokontrol niya na yung mga bata o yung mga tao sa bahay. What more pa kung sa bansa mismo? Yun po.
Okay, good point. Meron pa ba tayong ibang suggestion? Meron pa tayong ibang voices? Hanap pa tayo. May nag-raise pa ng hand. Joyce, ang ating best in recitation. Ayan.
Hello po, kuya. For me po,
Mm-mm.
it is essential po to have women leaders po to break the toxic Filipino culture po that male are dominants po.
Okay, good point, magaling na point. Thank you sa mga opinion nyo. Lahat naman valid, wala namang tama or maling sagot since opinion nyo yan eh. Sabi nga nila nung election 2022, respect my opinion. So let's respect that. Alright, next. Eto, Bongbong Marcos's presidency. Ayan. Sa tingin nyo, did Bongbong Marcos do great during his presidency or in his term? Ano tayo ha, para meron tayong konting interaction. Thumbs up kapag yes, thumbs up kapag no. Ay, okay. So, isusumbong ko kayo kay Bongbong. Ayaw niya sa kanya. Anyways, okay lang yan. Meron tayong kanya-kanyang opinion. And then, next, eto, rallying. Are you in favor of youth being a member of rallies and also protests? Thumbs up tayo kung yes and thumbs down kung no. Ayan. O yeah, raise na lang ng hand kasi hindi ko nakikita. Sorry. Raise ng hands. Ayan. So, meron tayong mga friends here na pabor sa mga kabataang makasali sa mga rally. Ayan. Magtanong tayo ngayon kay David Daniel Astrero. Yan. Why should you
Ayan,
join rallies? Ayan.
and good morning po. As a person who is vocal about ano po, sa mga ganyan, I think we should stand against the oppressor because dapat di po tayo nagpapa-oppress and At kalabanin natin sila kasi kung hindi man po natin sila kakalabanin, sino magvo-voice out? Paano masosolusyunan yung hinihingi nating ang magandang bagay from them? I think you're on mute po.
Ay, sorry. Ayun, thank you sa inyong opinion. That's valid. And that's good na meron kang opinion sa mga bagay-bagay. And then, next naman, ayan, raise your hand if you're in favor of Duterte's war on drugs. Ayan. Ay, so wala. Alam nyo ba, share ko lang, nung high school ako, since hindi pa ako ganun ka, mulat sa politics, I thought yung war on drugs talaga, napakalaking tulong kasi medyo kumonti yung tao sa banda sa may district namin. Yun pala, naglipat lang sila ng pwesto. So, nung nag-college ako, doon ko lang na-realize na hindi pala siya good for the people kasi maraming kabataan yung namamatay, maraming inosenteng nadadamay. And I personally do not like the war on drugs. Nung una lang kasi nawala yung mga kapitbahay namin. Okay, next is the Israel-Palestine War. Ayan. Do you think na do you think should Palestine give up their land to the Israel? Ayan, yes or no? Raise your hand kung dapat bang ibigay na lang ng Palestine yung lupa nila sa Israel. Hindi kayo sumasagot. Ibig sabihin hindi kayo in favor. That's ay, ayun, may nagtaas. Kyron ba yung name? Ayun, binaba na niya. Pero yun, it's fine if you're in favor of it or not. Kasi you are entitled to your own opinion. And valid lahat ng yon. And then, okay na tayo siguro sa mga opinion natin. No? Since we already have it, we have our own opinion, let's now move on writing and establishing our opinion. Which is, ay, nakita nyo agad, which is editorial writing. And sino dito yung mga second year na baels? Ayun. Okay, daming second year na baels. Alright, surprise! Spoiler alert, aralin nyo sa technical writing. So, editorial writing, to start with, ano yung mga ano sa tingin nyo yung pinaka idea nyo what is editorial writing? Do you have any ideas what is editorial writing? Ayun, wala talaga sumasagot, no? Pero okay, ay ayun, ating Miss Best in Recitation, Joyce. Yes.
Based po sa discussion namin with Ma'am Shai, editorial writing po, since nandito po yung opinion po or related po yung opinion na writing, siya po yung soul ng newspaper.
Alright, perfect. Padagdagan yung points ito, Ma'am Shai. Alright, so very good. That's a great point. Editorial writing is the soul of the newspaper. And let's now define what is editorial writing. Ayan, editorial writing or pangulong tudling in Filipino is also known as the soul of the paper. When we say soul, it contains the voices of the publication itself. Alam naman natin na yung news very straightforward. And if ever na magkaroon ng konting issue sa news, it would be so-called as bias. Pero sa editorial, since we are entitled to have our own opinion, then we could use this as the soul because it makes the newspaper work. It makes the newspaper stand. It provides a stand to the publication itself. Alright? So kung walang kaluluwa, walang buhay. Okay. Next is an editorial article is an article that presents newspaper's opinion on an issue. Kakasabi ko lang kanina, when we say editorial, it provides and it requires opinion of not just a single person in the publication, but also the entire publication itself. So it should stand the opinion of the whole editorial board and the whole publication itself. And on top of that, it is an analytical interpretation of significant and timely issues. So when we see editorial, we have to analyze all of the things and issues that surrounds us. gaano man kaliit yan, kung gaano man kalaki yan, it it would still have an interpretation from different people. And so us as the member of publication, we should be the one who could analyze it. I mean, we have the more power to analyze it and interpret it to have our readers be clarified with what's happening on their issue. Let's take it this way na lang. There was a news circulating sa inyong barangay um, about a mass death. So kapag mass death yan, technically ibabalita yan kasi maraming namatay. So the people within the community around you assumed that namatay sila because of a virus. And you as a journalist, as a group of journos, nagsagawa kayo ng research to further investigate what happened and what the virus was all about. Kung ano ba yung virus na yon, ano bang naging cause niya. Ang ginawa ng mga researchers natin ay nag-crowdsource, nag-investigate, naghanap ng resources at nag-research. And then later you found out that the mass death was a group of people who are drug addicts. So hindi sila namatay through virus. Napag-alaman nyo na namatay sila dahil sa drug abuse. And now, that's your stand now. Namatay yung mga tao hindi sa virus, namatay sila dahil sa drug abuse. And that's where editorial kicks in. You now have the interpretation, you now have the facts and the basis. Now, ang kailangan nyo lang now is to provide and persuade people to believe in your stand because you don't want to end up being like Miss Ma'am, you know. Ayan. Okay. Ang editorial naman, its purpose is to persuade the reader to consider perspective and change your opinion. So, persuading has a huge difference with the term forcing. So when we persuade, we just provide them facts, give them knowledge, and let them be persuaded by your opinion. We are not forcing people to believe to us kasi it's always up to the people. Kasi kaya nga tayo naging democratic country, ang need lang natin talaga is to persuade them, not to force them to be on your side. But let's make it to a point na lahat sila sana should come on your way. Ayun. So, gaya nga kanina, if we are going to go back to the issue kanina, dun sa balita na may maraming namatay, and akala ng mga tao dun sa barangay na yon, virus lang nakapatay, then you found out that those are drug users and na-overdose lang sila ng drugs. It's now your job as editorial writers and the publication to take a stand and persuade your readers to believe in your stand. Okay, so the question here is now, paano nyo sila mapapersuade? This is where, ay, meron pa pala isang slide. Pero ito, overall, I would like to let you know that editorial is just an opinionated, fact-based news story. It shows what the news is all about and what is the soul and what is the inside of the news. Kumbaga, eto yung laman-laman talaga ng balita. Ang nakukuha lang natin sa news ngayon ay usually um, yung taba, yan, yung taba ng balita, yung laman ng balita. Di pa natin nakuha yung abdo, yung bituka, yung sikmura ng balita. That is where editorial kicks in. Okay, so now, the challenge of being an editorial writer let is to people persuade is to persuade people pala to believe your stand. Now, dito tayo papasok. Meron tayong dalawang meron tayong dalawang tawag dito. Dalawang type ng editorial sa isang editorial page. So we have the opinion and the editorial. Dito natin makikita kung gaano kalakas gaano ka-intense ang editorial writing sa isang opinion article, okay? So first, editorial article. Ang ating editorial article reflects the majority vote of the editorial board. In our case, pati na yung staff that the governing body of the newspaper. Whereas, Opinion expresses the opinion of an author or entity with no affiliation with the publication's editorial board. When we say editorial, it requires survey, it requires crowdsourcing, it requires everybody's opinion about something. On the other hand, opinion naman, it's just an opinion of someone that is not affiliated with the publication's editorial board. So it could be like a writer or an artist who wants to speak about something, about an issue. And then they also have different objectives. And then their objectives now is with the editorial, their objective is to believe in what the newspaper or the publication wants to say. And then opinion naman, on the other hand, is subjective. The opinion writer wants the readers to believe in their stand alone. So, kanilang stand lang yon na gustong paniwalaan, na gusto nilang mapaniwalaan ng readers. Whereas yung editorial, they want to persuade readers to believe in the publication's stand on an issue. Nagme-make sense ba? Can you raise your hand kung nagme-make sense? Okay, so isa lang nakaka-gets. Dalawa na, tatlo, okay, apat. Kailangan natin ng quorum, kailangan natin ng 26. Okay, very good. Thank you, guys. Pero overall, isa lang naman yung ang pinaka-function nila, which is to provide an expression or opinion of the newspaper on an issue which is of interest and importance to the readers. As editorial writers and opinion writers, our main function is to persuade people or to persuade readers to believe in what we are saying. So we have to establish credibility here. Kailangan lahat ng ipapakita natin fact-based. Kailangan research-based. Kailangan galing sa katotohanan. Okay, and make it more relevant to your readers. Kasi kung yung opinion nyo would only fit the publication alone, then technically wala talagang maniniwala sa inyo. Dito na papasok yung ating journalism ethics. Ayan. So journalism ethics naman, it would test how strong your ethics and moral are in terms of providing news and information to the readers. Okay. Is it making sense? Can you raise your hand, please? Okay. Thank you. I needed that validation. Salamat. All right. So let us now start writing your editorial article. So let us start with the parts of the editorial article. Editorial article is just like an essay. Yeah, a shortened essay that has factual information, it has introduction, body, conclusion. Okay, and to start with, we have the introduction. The introduction is the beginning paragraph. Just like an essay may begin in paragraph, and it may contain the news upon which the editorial is based, in which case it is called the news peg. So, introduction naman, dito natin kukuhaan saan galing yung opinion natin, saan ang galing yung stand natin. It should come from a news. Okay? And sometimes may mga some other articles na gusto nila magkaroon ng stand. Okay? And this is an example of an introduction of an editorial article. This is an excerpt from the sixth issue ng physics about academic freeze. Yan. It has derived from a news from COVID and DepEd about the threat of COVID-19 to students. Ayan. So under introduction, we have the lead. Same as the headline writing kanina, this is the opening paragraph that conveys the most relevant information that the news topic about the news topic to the audience in a short and clear manner while yet retaining the reader's interest. It depends now since this is an editorial and it's quite long, it might not attract more readers. the only way we could attract readers here, it is to make your lead more, ang tawag dito, more catchy. Ayan. More hooking. Dapat na-hook na yung interest ng readers mo para basahin niya ng lahat. Basahin niyang buo yung editorial article. It would also include the five W's in one age, but in a creative way, but in an editorial way. Ayun. So, for lead, we could use a simple statement of the situation, problem, or event. 'Di ba? It's just basically providing what happened. Ganun lang siya. And then that would either give the reader ng pake to read, or it would not give the pake to read the article. Next is a striking statement that will arrest the attention of the readers. So when you write a lead, dapat striking siya, dapat uy, babasahin ko yan. Dapat ganun siya. Uy, bakit ganun to? Need ko siya basahin. Ganun dapat yung atake ng lead when it comes to editorial writing. Since it's very long, it may be boring for some readers, lalo na meron tayong short attention span, and considering that we are one of the lowest readers in the world, we have to make everything clear and concise and striking as possible and as short as possible. Next is a question inviting attention on the issue at hand. This would relate to the readers whenever they have the same question in mind and then they read your article, dun sila mahuhook. And then a quotation relevant to the issue. Marami tayong mga quotations na nagre-reflect sa social issues na meron tayo ngayon. And lastly, a narrative about the situation. A narrative could be as short as possible. It could be like the basic 5W1H kapag nagsusulat tayo ng articles. So these are examples of lead. Ayan. So Marcos is not a hero.
On cam tayo.
So that's a simple
O,
lead.
di ba?
That's a
Oiliness
striking
is
lead. A
next to ugliness.
five-word lead. It would
O,
either
mag-on cam muna
indulge
kayo.
the
Yung
reader
mga
to read
pwede.
your article or
Tapos, yung sagot
trigger
dyan.
the reader to read your article.
Eee.
Next is pasistang rahimen buwagin. This is also a quotation that is very famous with the youth and with some sectors, and it would relate to most of the readers. Kasi what does this quote mean? Parang ganun siya. Ganun yung atake niya. And then last is why do you seek refuge? Who do you seek refuge when you can feel yourself at all? That's a question. It may attract some readers who have the same question and would think that, oh, I guess I could find the answer here. Parang ganun siya. Okay? Is it making sense? Oh, right. Feeling ko nagme-make sense naman siya sa inyo. Inaantok lang kasi medyo maaga pa. So next is the body. The body naman, it contains facts about the news or issue, including the paper's opinion or viewpoint are contained in the body. The case is built up through a logical arrangement of ideas supported by facts. So, paano ba natin i-intensify yung stand natin? We should provide facts. Nothing but facts. Okay, so your opinion could be just be a baseless opinion and it's valid. Pero as a publication, we have to persuade our readers para ma-make sure natin na they are going to think the same way as we do. Parang ganun siya. So, in order for us to attain our objective, which is to persuade them, we should provide facts and make sure na yung facts natin are very coherent. Kasi isa sa mga problema ng mga writers minsan, hindi na sa Phoenix mga basta in general, writers in general, may mga problems tayo with coherence. Ayan. Sometimes writers tend to jump from one fact to another. They tend to not correlate. So, yun yung isa sa mga problema natin that we have to work on. So, when you're providing facts, we have this term called general to specific. Let's make it general to specific. Or we have the hourglass shape. Ayan. General, specific, and then general again. And that would make your body for the editorial article be more profound and be more understandable for the readers. Okay. And then last is the conclusion. Just like an essay, it summarizes your drive home point, your point. It also provides you extra information that would make you think, oh, I should believe them. We have the same idea now. Parang ganon. Oh, na-persuade na nila ako. Yun dapat yung pinakalaman ng conclusion. It should provide you it should provide the reader the feeling of following the writer. Okay. Before we move on sa next nating slide, which are the tips in writing an editorial article, do you have questions? Ay, wala. Okay, so, ay, may tanong. Okay, Diana, what is your question?
Good morning po. How about po kapag yung buong editorial board is nahahati po sila sa dalawang side? Like for instance po, may isang topic, tas po yung stand po ng editorial board is nasa
50.
gitna. Parang parehas
Oh,
po. Nahahati
ayan.
siya doon.
Okay, great question. What if the editorial board has a 50-50 decision when it comes to um, taking a stand? Doon natin i-extend yung issue sa buong publication. Kasi usually editorial article are for editorial board only. Pero in order for us to provide a bigger population and to crowdsource more opinion from the publication, ina-extend natin siya to make it more profound and also to extend to a point na magkaroon talaga tayo ng stand as a publication. Okay? And if Ayun. And also, if hindi naman siya kung sa publication, 50-50 pa rin. Diyan doon papasok yung interview. Hahanap tayo ng mga random people about their stand. If you see someone sa TikTok nagtatanong, what is your stand on this? Tak, 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 ganon. That is where crowdsourcing comes. Ayun. Kapag 50-50 pa rin siya sa publication, which I think parang near to impossible naman siya, i-extend natin yung idea to other people to get their opinion also. Okay? Thank you for the question. And before tayo mag-move on sa tips on writing an editorial article, do you have any questions pa? Or na-understand nyo ba? Silence means yes. Okay. So, tips in writing an editorial article. So, when we write an editorial article, syempre, we should follow traditionally, we follow a format. Pero dito naman, since in present times, hindi na masyado nagmamatter yung format. What matters most now is the content. So, here are the tips in writing an editorial article. First is be brief. Just like what I have said, editorial articles are are shortened essay. It should have probably mga 3 to 5 paragraphs. Ayan. And it's already good. 3 to 5 paragraphs. One for introduction, three for your body, one for conclusion. And I guess that's great. Just make sure na yung mga factual information nyo are concise enough to cater the information that a reader might need or might ask sa inyong article. Okay, and then write simply and directly. You may use formal language and wider vocabulary than in news writing. Dito naman, since we are trying to reach a wider scope, we are trying to persuade. We're not just informing people. We are trying to persuade. We should make it simple and direct. Kasi if ever we're going to put highfalutin words there, just like how literary writers do, mm, it will not be understandable. It would not catch the reader's attention. So as much as we could, we write simply and directly. para maintindihan natin at makuha natin yung attention ng mga readers natin. Since what is our main goal again in editorial writing? Okay, to persuade. Very good. So, when we persuade, hindi dapat tayo magmumukhang condescending, 'di ba? So, we should make it more relatable to the readers. Alam naman natin na dapat yung articles natin ay pangmasa. If your article wasn't fit enough for the masses, then it's not an effective editorial article. Okay, it should fit with other sectors, I guess. So next is be impersonal. Since we are embodying an entire group or yeah, a group of people, we should never use I. I is used for opinion articles. Dahil ang opinion articles ay created by individuals. Etong editorial created by a group, by the publication itself. So technically, we use we. Okay? Next tip is be sincere rather than smart. Smart. Okay. Ito naman, this is where empathy comes. Dito natin hanapin yung mga facts that would help or that would fit the needs of our readers. We don't want to be like the top notch. We don't want to always make everything technical. We should always make it more humanized. Ayon. More humane. Dapat pala. More humane. More relatable to people. Okay? Next is write clearly. Dito na papasok ang cohesion. Dapat, meron tayong cohesion. Dapat logical ang order ng ating mga information. And then, next is present facts rather than conclusions. Just like what I have said kanina, in an editorial, we provide facts, we persuade them, we give them the information, we spoon feed them, and then it's up to them if they are going to follow you or believe your stand. We should not force them, and we should not put words into their mouth. Let them understand and relate and realize their stand. I mean, let them realize their choices. Ganon. Let your opinion editorial article be like an eye opener for them. Ang sabi nga nila kapag ang tao ang nagbukas na ng mata, hindi na siya pipikit muli. Tama ba 'yon? O got it from Killbot, kaya medyo paraphrase na siya. Ayun. So, we should present facts and stop putting words into our readers' mouth. Let them speak for themselves. Be your editorial articles, be basis for their choices on societal issues and also their choices. Next is be authoritative, but don't preach. This is where authority comes. Since you are seen as one of the most prestigious group, ayan, most prestigious publication, we cannot change the fact that people would see you as smart. So you have the authority, but don't let them control you. But don't control them pala. You're not Ferdinand Marcos Sr. para i-dictate kung ano dapat yung opinion na meron sila, kung ano dapat yung papaniwalaan nila. Provide them facts, lead them to what is right, and persuade them to believe what you are believing, or persuade them to believe what you are standing for. But don't force them. Okay? Just present the facts and let them understand it. As simple as that. And next is relate the editorial to the lives of your readers. Ayon. So, um, this is where empathy comes. It should come to the people's interest. It should come to the lives of the people who are oppressed. It should come to the people who are on the minority sector, and your article should come from the people who are not heard. You are a publication for a cause. You are responsible in amplifying their needs and also their voiceless voices. Tama ba yun? Voiceless voices? Basta yung paus nilang boses, you have to amplify it. So, the only thing you could create your editorial article more effective is to see what is not being seen in the mass. Ilabas natin kung ano yung hindi pa nakikita. Ilabas natin kung ano yung hindi pinag-uusapan. And and with the article that you've created, it should let people know what are you standing for. It's not only for the truth, not only for the facts, but also for the people who are affected by the facts. Okay, I hope it's making sense. And last tip, use catchy but not flippant titles. So, sometimes there are some titles na hindi talaga siya catchy. It's sometimes below the belt, 'di ba? Very derogatory. I have read an article before, ang kanyang title is Fuck You Marcos, which even though galit na galit tayo sa Marcos administration, we should not put derogatory words or put profanity just to let people know that we hate Marcos. We could hate Marcos in a creative way. And these are some of the examples. First and foremost, we have here, ayan, on one of the title, this is sa mga opinion article ko na hindi man na-publish, Phoenix, baka naman. Yon, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Bloody Legacy. So once this title has been read by the reader, they could have a grasp and they would make them curious. They would make them curious. Ano ibig sabihin nito? About ba kay Jesus to? About ba sa ano to? Kinemerut, ganyan. And then, dun pa lang sila may indulge. And later, they realize, oh, hindi pala siya about sa religion. It's about the administration. All right. Next is the Great Crisis in the History of Homo sapiens. Ayan. So, you will think that it's all about monkeys, Lucy, Vicky, and some other monkey who were played with by our linguist. Hindi siya ganon. So, kapag binasa nyo, it would catch your attention kasi, oh, ba't ganito yung title niya? Baka ganito pala, baka iba pala yung meaning. It would derive from that. And the more creative your title is, the more attention it would get to readers. Dahil alam naman natin, napaka-iksi ng attention span ng ating mga writers. And the only way we could catch your attention is to make something funny, make something catchy, make something relatable to them. And if that happens, ang objective natin as editorial writers would be 70 to 90% magiging possible siya. Marami tayong mapapersuade. So just a tip, please make your um titles catchy kasi kapag ang title niyan super haba or super formal, hindi nababasahin ng readers yan. Okay? And then, alright, so additional information, dahil malapit na ako matapos. Additional information when writing an editorial, we have to first gather information. So when we gather information, it's not just kukuha ka lang ng information from one person to another. You ask groups of people um within your publication first. And if you think, just like what Diana said kanina, and if you think that your publication cannot derive to one solid stand, then that's the time you crowdsource. You ask people around you. Diba? You're not Phoenix, you're not the student publication for nothing. You ask the students. And then next, research. Ayan. Need talaga natin ng research. Don't believe Cynthia Villar na gawa-gawa lang ang research. Research is important because this is where we gather facts. And then next is write objectively. With what is our objective as editorial writers? This is to persuade our students, I mean our readers, to believe in our stand, which we think is right kasi it's based from facts. for as we know, yung mga readers natin have short attention span. Hindi sila masyadong nagbabasa. Ay, hindi sila masyadong indulge sa pagbabasa, and it shows, the number shows, the world shows how people don't read. Kaya yon, make it more persuasive, persuade people, persuade your readers to read your article and make them believe that we are on the right track. Some additional information lang in writing your editorial works. First is take up space, take a stand. Hindi pwedeng neutral lang tayo palagi. We are not just journalists for nothing. Ang ating stand is always for the truth and nothing but the truth. Next is write. Just write. And lastly, unite. Let's unite our students and also our readers into a collective effort in making a change, because ang sabi nga nila, Phoenix is one of the examples of the catalyst of change. So the change starts from us. Let's persuade students to be more mindful about the social issues and the issues that is surrounding us in school and also outside the school. Okay, are we clear? Raise your hand if we are clear. Perfect. So clear tayo ngayon. So lastly, before tayo magkaroon ng mini activity, I'll be opening the stage now for questions. Do you have any questions? Do we have questions? Hello? Raise your hand kung may questions. Ayun, the Phoenix, what's your question?
Hello po. Question ko lang po, for example, we're conducting a survey na for editorial, something na the publication or the editorial board doesn't agree. But then conducting na interviews ng mga students is contrary sila dun sa stand ng editorial. So how can we conclude that in our editorial article?
Ayan, doon na, thank you sa question. Doon na papasok yung journalism ethics. If you think that your stand is right and the students don't think your stand is right, it's up to you now if you're going to follow the students or follow what you have researched, or follow what you have well thought about. So it's upon them now if they are going to go to the office and destroy your office for providing your so-called stand na hindi naman pala sila affected, na hindi naman pala nila stand yon. That is also an indication that your editorial article is effective. So we still have to base in facts. That's why we don't just ask close-ended questions. We ask open-ended questions. We should follow questions with why and hows. So if you think that the students are not agreeing to what you are standing for, then ask them for a proof. You provide a proof, barter lang yan. Exchange of proof, exchange of facts. And if you think that their facts and their opinion are baseless, then it's actually heartbreaking, pero we have to void them since we are for the truth and we are for the welfare of the truth. We take care of the truth, so therefore, we have to stand with it. Ayun lang siya. Uh, if the people gets mad at your article, then great article. All right, so next question. Do you have any questions? Ay, wala ng questions. Okay. So before I end this session, I know that taga CCA lang kayo, and most of you are and some of you are BAL students. Magpapaano ako, parang take home kineme. Ayan. So I'll be asking you to ask your stand about this issue. What is your stand on schools limiting their publications to cover news only on events within their vicinity? So when we say within their vicinity, these are only school events. So I'll be trying to check if what's your stand on this one. I'll be giving you like 3 minutes or 5 minutes now para basa-basa, mag-skim kayo through social media and through Google. What in establishing your stand about this issue, about this concern. So 10:50 I'll be asking some people, some students from here about their stand on this one, okay? And then babalikan ko kayo. Hello, Monica. Hello, Monica. Yes po. Do you have a question? Ay,
Sir, sorry sir, napindot lang po, nasa
ay,
7 minutes.
sige, okay lang, okay lang. Huwag ka masyado apologetic. Ayoko sa mga apologists. Ay! Hello, 10:50 na. Nakapag-compose na ba kayo? Ayun. Siyempre para I don't wanna take up so much of your time. Uy, wow, call center. Ayun, I don't wanna take up so much of your time. I would like to ask, ayun, sino ba yung in favor sa ano ba yung stand nyo? Should the publication should only cover news sa school lang? Meron na ba tayong ayun, so, ayun, Joyce, Miss Beth in recitation. I wanna hear from you. What's your stand?
My stand with this issue po is that I disagree po to limit their publication or to limit the school's publication to cover only the events within their vicinity. Because po, if we limit the writers po to cover other issues po, it's like hindi po nabibigyan or na-address po yung freedom of speech po nila. And also po, hindi po natin na-address yung mga hidden truths ng ating society.
Okay, thank you sa point mo. It's very profound. Eto, sabi ni Angel Tiffany, schools should not limit their publications solely to cover news within their vicinity. Expanding the scope allows students access to broader range of information while fostering critical thinking skills and promoting tolerance among diverse communities. And it equips them with the knowledge they need to navigate an interconnected world successfully. Ayun, so great ano din, great opinion, 'yan, great stand. Ang ano lang, which is so flattering na meron na kayong mga stand sa mga issues kahit na ang apektado ay maliliit na sector lang, just like our school. And I hope na kayo as English majors and as viewers as well to take up space and take a stand against fake news and also oppression. Okay, be an agent of change. As City College of Anguilla students are catalysts of change too. Okay, and with this, I end my session with you guys. Thank you for your participation. And sana tuloy-tuloy pa yung ating mga sessions about writing at para ma-open na rin yung eyes ng ating mga readers and also students to seek truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you for that wonderful presentation, Mr. Jonas. And so with that, we would like to award you the certificate. So the certificate proudly presents to Mr. Jonas Cabras, SIBRA recognized as an outstanding speaker at the event entitled Lualu Journalism Basics Webinar in acknowledgement of your exceptional communication skills and insightful contributions in the world of journalism on this day, December 12, 2023. So with that, we would like to break time muna for after two speakers as we're waiting for our last speaker, Mr. Billy Edward.
Break time. Maganda sana to kung face to face eh.
True. Wala po tayong event.
Okay.
Wait. So we're back with our webinar. So with our last presenter, let us welcome Mr. Billy Edward Yu. Excuse me. Mr. Billy Edward Yu is a distinguished former member of the Phoenix Editorial Board and Editor-in-Chief, nomination a Matanang Anak finalist, currently sharing his wealth of knowledge at the City College of Angeles as he brings a unique blend of experience and expertise in graphic and layout. Mr. Billy?
Hello, am I audible po ba?
Yes po.
Good. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am Billy Edwardy and ano lang, siguro magpapauna lang ako. Medyo masakit pa kasi ako. So, bear with my voice. But I'll try to um, make the presentation as lively as possible. Okay, so let's start. Um, Today I'm going to talk about graphics and like layouting fundamentals. The scope of our topic for the presentation. Uh, what is visual hierarchy principles, page scanning patterns, and layout patterns. So I believe every one of you or karamihan sa inyo have already seen this meme or just this image before, right? So in this image, you will read the one highlighted in white first, followed by the second line, and then the third line, and lastly, yung nasa pinakataas. Bakit kaya? Okay. How about this? Um, Siguro nakita niyo na rin yung mga ganitong images, naging katawanan sila. When we take for open are out, di ba? It doesn't make any sense. Yung don't dead, open inside. Say pizza to drugs, say no to yes. Ayan, you don't matter, give up. When actuality, what they really meant to say is you matter, don't give up. Mga ganong bagay. So, what influences our mind to read this in another perspective is what we actually call the visual hierarchy. This is the principle of arranging elements to show their order of importance. Now, there are several principles that supports this visual hierarchy. Number one, I'm going to ask you, does size matters? Sorry, matter lang pala yan. Okay, does size matter? Lagi natin narinig yung tanong na yan. Sa graphic designing, yes, it definitely does. Think of this, for example. You have two circles here. So, two circles side by side, medyo bland tingnan. But if one of them is bigger or larger, nagkakaroon tayo ng a little bit of story. Right? Think of it this way. We have like the shark here and then the scuba diver. Masyadong 2D tingnan. Pero if you enlarge or nilakihan natin yung shark, and then yung scuba diver is, we made it smaller, it gives an emphasis on the size na ito ay shark lang. This is a big shark na it poses a threat already. Wherein in the first image, kung magka-size lang sila, well, may threat pa rin naman, pero it's not really imposing. Or you can feel na it's not really imminent. Parang ganun. Second is color and contrast. Color and contrast draw attention. So imagine this 9 circles side by side. They're just circles. But when you highlight or you give color to the center circle, it gives us the impression na this circle is something na surveys or if we want to make an impression. So, pare-pareho naman silang tao. Like, look at the image. Pare-pareho silang tao. However, the center image ng tao dito, naka-raise yung hand niya. But at a glance, hindi natin mapapansin na something is different sa kanya. wherein if we highlighted the man raising hand, mapapakita natin na there's really something going on with that man. So siya yung masaya. The rest is just normal. They're just getting by. So we can make this, we can use this sa mga statistics. Kung may mga nakikita kayong ganyan, 3 out of 10 employees are male. So hinighlight nila na yung tatlo. Ibig sabihin yung tatlo daw dyan is male while the other is non-male. Dito na rin ba pasok ang ating color schemes? So, parehong number ng colors, pare-parehong colors. Pero kung mapapansin nyo, yung contrast nila is iba. Iba yung effect nila. So, on darker backgrounds, lighter colors daw gives more emphasis. So, mas malapit sila sa atin. Habang pa-dark sila ng pa-dark, palayo sila ng palayo sa perspective natin. On the other hand, for white background, for light background, yung darker colors, sila yung mas malapit sa paningin natin. And mostly, yung mga lighter colors is nagbe-blend in na towards the background. Next. So, let's talk about the typography hierarchy naman. So, ayan. Kung makikita nyo, di ba? Yung sinasabi na, if you're going to make memes with Arial, make memes with Times New Roman, Papyrus, and then the symbols or wingdings. Tapos karamihan ng mga client, ng mga graphic designers, they just simply want Comic Sans. Tapos, ito si Arial Bold, Arial Italic, and then si Arial Black. Using too many fonts is confusing to the reader in typography. So start with 3 levels to organize your design. So ayan, meron tayong title, subheading, and then the body text. If you're going to use only one font for everything, nasan yung highlight? Okay? On the other hand, if you're going to make everything the same size, nothing stands out and there is no focal point. So dito, wala tayong focal point. Hindi natin alam kung alin yung binibigyan ng attention. If everything is important, then nothing is really important. Parang ganun. Kung lahat ito, i-emphasize natin, lahat sila naka-bold, and then nothing is really important. So in typography, we have parang golden rule. Do not use more than 3 fonts. Use one font for heading, second font for subheading, and the third font is for the body or the text. Third font is actually debatable and could be used for emphasis. Just be careful not to overuse it. Again, yun nga, if everything is emphasized, then nothing is really emphasized at all. Take a look at this. So, kung isang font lang yung ginamit nila, dito kay Jane, hindi natin ma-distinguish kung alin yung pangalan niya, ano yung last name niya, ano yung contact details lang. However, on the other hand, if we're going to use several fonts, magkakaroon tayo ng emphasis. Okay? And next, we'll talk about the spacing. So spacing in general, we have two kinds of spacing. There's a white space and the negative space. So in this example, you try to create a story. Kung mas malapit sila dito, masyadong two-dimensional. Pero if you cross the border, then you widen the gap between the two of them. May emphasize mo na malaki yung difference ng dalawa. Then, white space, or what's commonly called negative space, it provides the viewer's eyes a place to rest and the path to travel through the design. It gives your graphic elements more space and room to breathe. It also makes it easier for the readers to identify the importance of elements. However, overdoing it makes your design feel empty and barren. So pag sinabi natin empty or barren, wala na silang laman. Puro white spaces na lang. We have to make sure that we a little bit of balance on both sides. So this is a good example of spacing. So this is spacing in general. So kung titingnan nyo sa first image, um, parang 2D, or malapit nga siya sa moon, or if this is really moon, parang medyo malapit lang siya. Wala masyadong depth, kumbaga. Unlike this, sa second image, nilayo mo yung moon, nilapit mo itong si astronaut, nilakihan mo. So nagkaroon tayo ng parang 3D. Yung itsura niya kanina naka-flat lang siyang ganyan, ngayon parang nag-zoom in, zoom out na siya. Okay? For negative space naman, so this is an example of a negative space. So kanina, meron kang foreground and then background. Actually, background and the image, ito lang sila. Dito, sa second image, you tried to merge them. So, ang nangyari is meron kang isang image, overlapping sila. Okay, this is good. This is usually done sa mga logos, sa mga cartoon-ish na mga graphic designs. So, ayan, learn how to make use of them. The first one, itong white space. It tries to make a 3D para ba nagkakaroon kayo ng depth. Dito naman, it tries to mingle yung negative spaces. They try to mingle, ini-integrate niya sila para maging singular image. So this is an example of a negative space. So, ang una natin mapapansin dito sa image pag tinignan natin is yung flower. And then, sa kanila lang natin mapapansin na there are actually two people kissing here. Okay? They're trying to kiss sa gitna ng isang flower. And this one, the second image, this is the Lord of the Rings, the two towers. So there are actually two towers. Yun yung una natin makikita. And the negative space here is actually a hand trying to reach the ring. Basically, yun yung plot nung Lord of the Rings, but it doesn't give away too much. Nagets ba natin? Okay. Sige, let's proceed with leading lines. So, leading lines, ito naman yung they try to direct your gaze towards something. Unlike dito sa first image, it's sporadic na circles, nakaano sila, distributed sila. You don't really know where to look at. Or actually, if you're going to look at it, evenly spread or evenly distributed din yung attention mo. However, if you're going to if you're going to look at the second image, merong mga lines and your gaze is actually directed towards something, towards the middle. So dahil blank spaces yun nandito sa upper left and upper right hand ng image, yung gaze mo is towards the center na. So an example of this is this one. So may mga lines and they're not actually arrows, pero it directs your gaze or your attention towards the bottles. Same with this one, the Coca-Cola, may mga extended lines yung text na Coca-Cola and it somehow mimic na parang siyang straw, di ba? And the two lines merged into directing your attention to the Coca-Cola bottle. So, also an example here is yung the word 2013, the number 2013, extended yung lines nila para magmukha silang shadows towards the family here. So, at a glance, ang unang mapapansin is the red 2013 here. And then it's directing your attention towards the family or the set of bottles here. Also, dito yan sa Team Olympic, yan, may mga lines trying to distinguish. Mas pinapakita ng mga hands dito na yung position is forward, papunta dito. Diba? There. Next, let us proceed with pattern scanning. So, subconsciously, you might have been doing this. We have two types of pattern scanning. Actually, whenever we try to read something, we always use one of the two patterns listed here. F pattern is the most common. It's similar to how you read the book. So, paano ba tayo nagbabasa ng book? Diba? Left to right, and then top to bottom. So, in this case, magbabasa tayo ng from left to right. And after natin mag left to right, next line. So, top to bottom. Pagbaba natin ng next line, we read another line from na pa left to right. So, hanggang sa maubos natin yung details. On the other hand, Z pattern, ito yung subconscious na nangyayari sa atin. We try to read from left to right, and then from corner to corner, papunta tayo sa pinakababa sa dulo. This happens, Z pattern happens when there is an image or malaking text na nagta-take up dito na hindi mo naman talaga kailangan basahin. Very detailed. So from top, and then proceed ko dun sa bottom, now you proceed left to right to left. An example of this, eto, this image. So, di ba, the right to test the water. What your eyes do, what your eyes do here, binasa mo muna yung the, and then nag-stop ka dito, binasa mo yung right to test the waters. So, ito yung F pattern, example natin. You're reading from left to right, and then you're reading top to bottom. Saka lang natin pinansin yung image afterwards. This is an example of a Z pattern. So, binasa natin si build, binasa natin to, then we try to reach out dito. Dahil medyo may blank spaces dito, yung attention natin napunta dito sa menu bar. Then saka tayo nagtingin dito, isa-isa, ng mga speakers. Saka natin binasa kung sino yung mga speakers. Okay. Sa ating visual hierarchy, we always try to look for three things, or actually at least emphasize three things. One is the hook, or this is the eye catcher. It aims to get the reader's attention, and most often, sila yung mga nasa centerpiece. Secondary details naman, ito yung mga supplemental details or yung body, yung message ng, or yung mga text ng isang graphic design. Third is the finisher, which is the call to actions or company logos. So, nandito rin yung mga contact details. Whenever we say CTA or call to actions, ito yung mga links na reserve now. Dito kayo magpa-reserve, ganyan. Nagpo-forward tayo ng links. Dito kayo mag-register, message us, ganyan. So, you're actually asking them to make an action based dun sa ginawa nyong graphic design. So, here are the examples. So, pakitaan lang natin ng dito sa ating first PubMat, makikita natin na yung ano yung pinakaunang may mag-catch ng attention niya. Anyone? Sige, Zach.
Yung pinakauna pong nagka-catch ng attention namin is yung highlighted part, which is yung join us.
You join us. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Zach. Tama ka. So, technically speaking, yung pinaka-focal point natin dito is yung join us. So, ito yung hook natin. And then, the secondary details, dito na pumasok yung kung para saan, anong context ng join us. So, dito na sinabi ni Phoenix kung ano yung hinahanap nila, ano yung available position. And then, lastly, pagkabasa mo sa pinakababa, nandun yung CTA, nandun yung call to action nila. So, for inquiries daw, call Alsa Namare, or Jesse Zamuco, or contact yung email ng the Phoenix Associated with you. So, that's how you do it. The emphasis or the focal point made here is through the scale and the size of the font. So they tried to enlarge, lakihan yung font na to. Tapos, otherwise, itong mga to, iba, mas maliit siya kumpara dun sa Joy Talks. Secondly, kung bibilangin natin na lang yung fonts na ginamit nila, they use the same font for the heading and the uh, secondary message, and then another font for the positions to give emphasis. And then lastly, yung third font na ginamit nila is for the CTAs or the call to actions. Same goes with this one, the lualu, the webinar that we're having right now. Ang pinaka-attention nila is yung emphasize in red na malaking text. And then these are the details afterwards. We're going to read this dahil may image dito. Babasahin mo siya from left to right and then top to bottom. Ang pinakalas mong mababasa is yung details or yung call to action na nila. Okay. Another one dito sa Manowari, Concert for a Cause. So, yung pang-catch na attention nila dito is the Manowari itself. And then, although, tingnan nyo to, yung text na a concert for a cause happened above or before yung text na Manowari. Pero, the first thing that you will notice is yung Manowari itself. Hindi naman yung concert for a cause kahit na ito ay nasa itaas. Dito na mapasok yung hook natin. Secondary details is a concert for a cause. And then, next natin nakikita, yung mga images, kung sino yung mga artists. Although wala naman nakalagay na text dito kung ano yung mga pangalan nila. We already know, we try to distinguish na ito yung secondary details natin. And then, next kung mababasa is yung pinakamalapit sa kanila, or yung text. Or sa iba siguro, babasahin nila agad yung tickets available at the venue agad. And lastly, yung mga naka-smaller text dito, nasa pinakababa sila. Ito naman, ito din, similar. Ang hook naman siya mapapansin ng mga tao. Saka pa lang nila babalik yung attention dito kay Manowari, papunta sa baba. Pabalik dito sa buyer tickets. Okay? Now, layouting, on the other hand, so that's about the visual hierarchy. Next is the layout patterns. So this is helpful if gagawa kayo ng infographics or lalo na sa mga Phoenix members, pag nagle-layout na kayo ng tabloids or folios, pwede nating i-ano to, balikan. So, let's start with the useful bait muna. Useful bait, they're trying to get the attention sa isang center image. So, lahat ng kailangan mo makuha nandito sa pinakataas. And then, saka ka lang magbibigay ng supplementary details. So, this is like the inverted pyramid. Nandito yung pang-catch na attention mo, nandito yung mga details, saka ka lang nagsusupplement. Next is a comparison or the versus layout. You try to put two images side by side or two studies, two infographics. Pinagtatabi mo sila just to highlight yung comparison and yung contrast nila. So, alin ba yung pros and cons ng left at ng right? Ano ba yung advantages at disadvantages ng left at right? Next is the heavy data. Heavy data is mostly associated sa mga numbers form. Meaning, heavy statistics yung mga to. So, dito na papasok yung gagawa ka ng mga charts, saan associated yung mga iba't ibang bagay, ano yung naging result ng study nyo. Ganyan yung itsura niya. There's an image here. Right beside the image is the contextualization of the statistics made here. And then the fourth one is the roadmap, or simply, ito yung mga, parang itong line na block na to, this denotes yung road kung saan papunta yung mga data mo or yung mga sinasabi mo dito. So, following the F pattern, di ba? Lagi tayo nag-start from top to bottom, left to right. So, babasahin nyo to dito, from magsa-start kayo sa left, and then pupunta kayo sa right. Pupunta sa down, and then in third image, at yung kinaibahan niya sa F pattern, ang kinaibahan niya, ang third image na yan dito is itong nandito sa may right side. Pag image ito nasa left side and then down. Left to right. Timeline, on the other hand, is a singular line since sinasabi natin na parang yung time flows in singular manner. Um, Isang direction lang. Kaya hindi na siya maraming pasikot-sikot. Then last is the visualized article. So, dito na yung mga images, nandito yung mga statistics natin. And then, nandito yung description for each image or for each statistics. Yeah, thank you for listening. If you have questions, feel free to email me at billyadredi@gmail.com. Or kung may questions kayo, pwede ko namang i-address or sagutin ngayon habang may time. May time pa ba tayo, Amare?
Yes po, may time pa po tayo.
Okay, sige. Anyone who have questions? Yes, Phoenix, may question.
Yes, Kuya Billy, ask ko lang po, when making an infographic, for example, for a short notice lang siya,
Mm-hmm.
is it okay ba to put lang yung, for example, um, congratulations to this batch for graduating, ganun to ganyan. So, okay lang ba siya na isang text lang siya for a graphic design or kailangan maghanap pa ng ibang elements to put in or what to emphasize ba when doing that type of graphic?
Well, you have to distinguish muna if yung ipopost niyo ba is a publication material ba, like a simple announcement or an infographic. When you say infographic kasi, um, there are heavy data or marami ka ng data na magbaback dun sa i-announce mo. So if you're going to announce simply na congratulations to this batch for graduating, you can simply make an announcement poster. So pwede na siyang ma-post ng ganun lang. But when you say infographic, kung gusto mong i-highlight kung ilan sa mga students na yung pumasa, ilan sila nag-start ng batch nila, ilan yung babaeng pumasa, ilan yung babaeng cum laude, ilan yung lalaking laude, doon siya magiging infographic. And I would suggest kapag nagra-rush or parang short notice yung mga publication material, mga infographic, pinakamagandang gawin is yung useful date lang. Nasa center image yung nun, yung parang picture ng buong batch or what happened. And then, lagyan nyo na lang ng details nun sa baba. Supplemental details lang. Nasagot ko ba yung tanong mo, Amara?
Yes po, thank you.
I see. Thank you. Sige, Joyce. Question?
Ah, in newspaper po, ano po yung usually size ng layout?
Usual type ng layout. Actually, it varies eh. Pero mostly ang ginagamit natin, parang useful date sila. Kasi they're just columns. Meron tayong usual 3 to 5 columns. Depende sa laki ng paper size natin. Doon sa papers, may individual images na malaki. Yun yung ginagamit natin for useful date. And then, yung text or yung news natin, nagpa-follow through na lang doon sa mga images na yan. Okay ba? Joyce?
Yes po, thank you po.
Okay. Ano po standard paper size? For newspaper, we have two sizes. One is what we call the tabloid, and the other one is the broadsheet. So yung mga broadsheet yan yung mga newspaper na alam mo yung ano, pang business talaga. So, sila yung mga formal newspaper, sila yung mga malalaki. Kapag binasa niyo yung malaking mahabang gano'n. Tabloid on the other hand, sila yung kalahati lang sila ng tabloid. Anong ng broadsheet. And we also have another type of publication paper, yung folio. So yung folio naman, it depends sa size na gusto nyo. Yung iba, ginagawa nila A5, A6, ganun. Pero yung standard newspaper is at around A3, A2. Yan. We put images for every news and feature article and where ko ninyo prefer mag-print ng newspaper. Okay. First to answer your question, if is it necessary to put images for every news and feature? Um, Depends on the context of the news. So kung yung news is um, kasi may ano tayo may level tayo ng gravity ng isang news. So if it's a simple announcement, I don't think we need a photo. Pero most news na kino-cover natin, we require at least one picture. So, doon pumapasok yung sa mga photojournalist natin. And then, si layout artist na kung ang bahala kung saan nyo ilalagay yung mga photos na yan. So, for each news, kung mapansin nyo, there should be at least one picture. Where po ninyo prefer magpa-print ng newspaper? May mga printing press dito around Angeles. Nung elementary kami, hanggang high school, nagpapaprint kami sa may Pima Press. Not sure if it's still up. Meron din sa may bandang Salapungan. So, ayun, just to answer your question shortly, may mga printing press na yung trabaho talaga nila is mag-print ng newspapers ng bultuhan. Sagot ko ba yung tanong mo, na? Okay. Any other questions?
Amara, I think wala nang questions.
Yes, ma'am. So, since no one has any more questions for Mr. Billy, let us now present our certificate. So, the certificate of appreciation for guest speakers, Billy Edward Yee, is hereby recognized as an outstanding speaker at the event entitled Lualu Journalism Basics Webinar in acknowledgement of your exceptional communication skills, insightful contributions in the world of journalism. So, I hope you all learned something from our program today. So, next slide, please. So, for our closing remarks, let us welcome Ms. Shaira Valdez, a Phoenix CCA advisor.
Ayan na. Can we give our speakers a virtual round of applause first? Let's thank Miss Leia, ang bago nating LPT, Sir Jonas Caparas, and Sir Billy Edward He. Thank you for sharing your time and expertise to us. Malaking tulong since most of our participants here are taking their technical writing subject. Kaya kay Sir Billy medyo maraming questions sa sa layouting since they're asked to produce a paper. Yon. And to the members of the Phoenix and also to my beloved students. Thank you for joining us today for this webinar. We hope and I hope that you gained um, insights and syempre ma-apply niyo yan sa inyong final requirement and also to our Phoenix members here. Ma-apply niyo yan sa mga paparating pa nating mga projects. And always remember that journalism plays a crucial role in informing and shaping our society. Now, ang kailangan lang natin gawin is to stay curious, ethical, and continue your excellent work or strive for excellency. Okay, so that's it for this day. Thank you so much for participating. Also, thank you for our one call away speakers, Ma'am Leia, Sir Billy, and Sir Jonas. Amare.
Yes, ma'am. So kindly open your cameras for our photo op. Open your cameras. So,
Wala na si
one.
Ma'am Leia, umalis na.
Wala na po. Nakadata lang daw po siya since nasa Manila po siya.
Mag-ano na siguro siya. Ano kasi yun? Yung sa PICC. Nauna na siya. Nag-oath taking na agad siya. Kakapasal na lang. Ano niya yung oath taking niya. Okay,
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
start, guys. Please open your camera. No camera, no attendance for my students. Okay? So, open yung
Ayan.
camera niyo. Ayan.
Wait lang, content ko lang. Ayan, so, ready? 1, 2, 3. Again.
Siyempre, plus points pa yung nakasmile sa camera, ha? Pag nakasimangot, bahala kayo, minus kayo. Okay. Ang ganda ng ngiti ni Zach, oh. Sige.
1, 2, 3. And last one. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. Thank you for participating in our journalism's webinar. So with that, I would like to conclude our program. And thank you. And your certificates will be sent via email. Thank you.
Thank you,
You may now.
guys. Thank you, Sir Billy, Sir Jonas, and the Phoenix.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Thank you po.
Bye.
Sir Billy, tsaka Sir Jonas.
Yeah.
Alam niyo na, yung pahabs namin, for now, certificate muna.
True. Go.
For now. Good day, good day.